Ciao! Just back from a vacation in Sicily for almost 2 weeks, and having had pasta on a daily basis, sometimes twice a day, we feel that we need a little break from pasta. So today I'll be doing some rice. I'll be doing fish risotto, but instead of doing it with seafood fish, I will be using salmon and a piece of sea bass. The way I do my rice is by putting a little fish stock cube in a pot, and I'll add a tiny little amount of hot water, enough to dissolve the cube. And I go in with a spoon and dissolve it as much as I can. I'm adding the rice as it is, a couple of 100 grams. Once the rice is in and I can judge how much water I need, I will be putting cold water and I'll be topping it up, and I'll have 2 parts water and 1 part rice, roughly. There, like that, more or less. I'm now on the hob and the water is nearly boiling, so I'll put the lid on and I will leave it to simmer for approximately 6-7 minutes. I don't want to cook it through all the way, only 3/4 there, and then I'll turn it off. In the meantime, I'll get the rest of the ingredients ready. Some olive oil in a pan, a large clove of garlic with the skin, add it to it. Now, these are tomatoes. Normally I would have used fresh tomatoes, but before we went on holiday we had some tomatoes left over, so we put them in the freezer. And they are not good really for salad anymore, but for cooking ideal, so no waste, and I will be using these today. And as they are, with everything cold, I'm just going to be adding them to my pan. Obviously remove the vine. I'll add a little bit more olive oil. I think it was a little bit mean. And as soon as they start sizzling, I'll put the lid on, and just like I did with the rice, I'll turn it down on to simmer point, maybe number 4 out of 9, and I will leave them, and the tomatoes will defrost in no time at all. Tomatoes are cooking, so is the rice. I will go on with some fish, a little olive oil in a griddle. And here I have defrosted a little piece of sea bass, 2 pieces of sea bass, and a little piece of salmon. Very, very cheap, very economical. And again, as it is, I will just place it on my griddle. And I move to the hob and I'm very gently now frying the salmon and my sea bass. I started on a high temperature, but I quickly turned it down, so I'm also on number 4. Little salt on top of the fish. And this will take about 5 to 6 minutes before it's ready. 3 minutes and I'll turn it around. Time to turn the fish around. The fish doesn't take very long to cook, and another 2 or 3 minutes and this will be done. My fish is done and I'm now placing it on a tray. And the leftover oil I will be adding it to my tomatoes, so that I'll start adding some fishy flavors to my mix already. I'm going in with a knife now and I'm just very roughly chopping the fish. And I'm using a potato peeler to get a little bit of lemon zest. I like it nice and chunky. And a little bit more olive oil to let it marinate. And let's have a look at our tomatoes. They definitely look like they've been cooking nicely, and they're all very, very mushy. So I'll just go in and do what I should have done if they were fresh. I'll just chop them up in little pieces with a knife. And you will have noticed that the tomatoes have released quite a bit of water, which is fine because the rice is partly cooked, and that is what actually I was aiming at. And here is my rice. And actually I was going to drain it, but I can see that there is hardly any liquid left, so I'm happy that the whole thing can go in. I just turned the temperature up and I'm going to finish cooking the rice now with my tomato sauce and water from the tomatoes, and I'll leave it for most probably 2 or 3 minutes until it's done. And I'm going to be putting the lid on so that it will not dry too much, and I'll turn the temperature down again onto number 4 like I did before. So 3-4 minutes. So the rice is nearly done and I've just added my fish so that everything will start getting the flavor from the fish as well. And I'll leave it for another couple of minutes, but this time without the lid on. And it's done. A couple of final touches.
It smells delicious.
First of all, a little olive oil, raw olive oil on top.
Just a little olive oil, don't
Don't
get carried away like they all do in Sicily.
And I'll put a generous, a very, very generous handful of parsley. This is parsley I keep in the freezer. It's all always very, very convenient. And I should say, the reason why I put parsley at the end and not while I'm cooking is because it will release all of the flavor now, and while you're eating you can taste the parsley. I always think that if you're cooking the parsley, it will lose its flavor. Of course you can do both, but today I'm doing it at the end. And because we're just back from holiday, I'll put a little bit more. One final mix. Oh, God, that's can you smell it?
It
Smells delicious.
Yeah.
Such a simple recipe. I think that is the benefit of cooking your rice with a stock cube. As long as you put it on simmering for 5-6 minutes, you don't have to spend hours stirring it, and will release all that lovely flavor from the stock as well. And yes, I am showing off with my new Sicilian dish. New plate. Whenever we do go back, always we use the opportunity to bring new things. So this is a new plate. I just got from Sicily, and it looks lovely. If you're cooking rice, just give it a little wiggle like this, and it will just set nicely, and it's all level. And having put a little bit more trimmings on top, a little bit more parsley and lemon, I'm going to do the more important thing now, which is to taste it. Delicious. I just got a little piece of garlic as well, which I love when it's cooked, and really nice. This is the first time I've made this dish actually. Normally I do with salmon or with seafood. Today I did a combination of both because I didn't have enough salmon, but I fancy doing something different, and it's really, really nice. You can taste the fish, you can taste the tomatoes and everything. Try it and let me know how you get on. Arrivederci e ciao ciao. Bye.